All the warning signs are there. Kamala Harris is crashing. If you don't believe me, here, listen to this. Axios, okay? Hardly a conservative publication. Axios is out with this today. Blue wall danger. Worries grow among top Democrats that Harris is stuck and even sliding a bit after a strong convention and debate. Her media blitz, spending advantage, and largely favorable coverage doesn't seem to be moving the needle, if at all, these Democrats say. And so the article says top Democrat politicians and operatives tell us the vital states of Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania, the so-called blue wall, are getting tougher for Vice President Harris and the party's Senate candidates. Harris is depending on that blue wall to win the White House, even if she struggles in the Sun Belt. On private calls, some top Harris allies are saying they believe the race will come down to Pennsylvania and Michigan. Yours truly, your humble host, has been telling you that this is all about Pennsylvania. If we win Pennsylvania, almost impossible for Harris to get to the White House. I mean, she has a couple of very narrow paths, but they are very, very narrow. So why this matters, according to Axios, there's growing worry among Democrats that Harris seems stuck, even sliding a bit after a strong start to her young presidential campaign. Her media blitz, heavy spending, and largely favorable coverage not moving the needle. So this is not good for Kamala Harris. This is not good. And her surrogates, even after here's the thing. People make mistakes on campaigns, period. Full stop. She couldn't answer the fundamental question of how are you different from Biden? There are mistakes and then there are mistakes. What she did there was a huge, huge mistake because her entire campaign is built on a new way forward. So since that big mistake, she's failed to rectify it. She made it again on Colbert, and now her surrogates are out there and haven't been able to answer this question. And because of this, you are going to see her slide even more. Listen.
Vice President Harris has been asked repeatedly how she's different than President Biden, and some people think she's been tripped up by answering that. How do you think she is different than President Biden?
Well, first of all, whatever the differences is between them, it's not nearly as vast as the difference between her and Donald Trump. She's obviously a woman. She is a woman of color, and she is of a new generation. So she is not Joe Biden, as much as they want to try to make her Joe Biden. But she was and is part of the Biden administration.
So he's describing, in a very literal sense, physical differences between her and Joe Biden. Well, how is she different than Joe Biden? Well, she's a woman and she's black and she's young. Like zero policy differences. Is that not the craziest you've ever heard?